Hi, and welcome to Algebra 1, Saxon 3rd edition, lesson 38. And this lesson is on ratio word problems. Let's talk about, first of all, what is a ratio? Let's review that. A proportion is a statement of equality between two or more ratios. A ratio is a comparison of one thing to another, and we write it like a fraction. So you see that a proportion, for example, 3/4 is equal to 6/8, is like an equivalent fraction. Now, there is a way that proportions can be solved. We'll get a little bit more into that later. Let's go on to the next screen. Okay, ratio amounts. A to 15 equals 2 to 5. And that's how you say that, the way that's written. And we're told that we need to find the value of A. Well, how do we do that? Well, we can set them up vertically, 2 to 5 over A to 15. And then if we cross multiply, 5 times A, we get 5A, and 2 times 15, we would get 30. So 30 equals 5A, and then to isolate the A, the variable, we would divide by 5, and we have to do that on both sides, and we can say then that 6 is equal to A, or A is equal to 6. So as a proportion, we would say 6 to 15 is equal to 2 to 5. Okay, so let's work a few of these word problems that have ratios in them and see how we get that done. It's not very hard at all. All right, the first one says the ratio of pigs to goats in the barnyard was 7 to 5. If there were 91 pigs, how many goats were there? All right, so to set that up as a ratio, we're going to say 7 to 5, and that is 7 pigs to 5 goats. All right, equals, now we're going to keep pigs on top and goats on bottom, and we know that there's 91 pigs, but there are X number of goats. So remember we said we're going to cross multiply, and so when we multiply 7 times X, we get 7X equals 91 times 5. 91 times 5 equals 455. And then we divide by 7 on both sides. We get X by itself, and we'll see that, 7 goes into 45 6 times, with 3 left over, and 7 goes into 35 5 times. So in this situation, we know if there are 91 pigs and the ratio is 7 to 5, then there are 65 goats. Okay, go to the next one. We're in the same barnyard, and we're going to talk now about chickens and ducks, and the ratio of chickens to ducks in this barnyard is 9 to 4. So 9 to 4, and this is chickens to ducks, equals, now again we're going to put chickens on top, ducks on the bottom. And what else do we know? We know that there are 108 chickens, so there are X number of ducks. So we cross multiply, and we get 9X equals 4 times 108, which is 432. And then we're going to divide by 9 on both sides to get X by itself. And let's see, 9 will go into 43 4 times, and that is 32. 43 minus 36, and 13 minus 6 is 7, so that would be 72. 9 into 72 is 8. So, if there's 108 chickens and the ratio is 9 to 4, then there are 48 ducks. Let's work our practice problems. This says the ratio of neophytes to masters at the tryout was 7 to 2. Now, neophytes, let's think about what that word might mean. If it is neophytes to masters, a master is someone who is very good at something, a professional, they've mastered it. So neophytes, neo means new, so would be someone that is kind of the opposite of a master. That's just a little bonus vocabulary for you there. Alright, so 7 to 2, and that is neophytes to masters, equals, we gotta go neophytes to masters, and we know there's 714 neophytes and X number of masters. So when we cross multiply, we get 7X equals 2 times 714 is 1428. When I divide both sides by 7, and if you know your multiplication tables, you can see 7 here will go into 14 2 times. It won't go into 2, but it will go into 28 4 times. So, alright, one more. The crowd in the Belgrade town square was made up of Croats and Serbs in the ratio of 5 to 9. Alright, so 5 to 9, and that is Croats to Serbs. And we're going to put Croats and Serbs here. If there were 18,000 Serbs, how many Croats were there? Now this one's it's the same, but we have the bottom number and we're looking for the top number, but it doesn't matter. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to cross multiply. 9 times X is 9X equals 18,000 times 5, and let's see, 18 times 5, 40, 90. So that would be 90,000. And when we divide both sides by 9, we see that X equals 10,000. And so there were 10,000 Croats if there were 18,000 Serbs in a ratio of 5 to 9. Alright, good job. I will see you back next time for lesson 39.